Hi, sweeties. We are going to see who or what makes the best fried chicken. Good old cast iron or this air fryer. And I'm going to use the Ninja Foodi grill as my air fryer today. Please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and let's get into it. Now, before we do any frying, we are going to season up our chicken with my seasoned salt blend, and I will put the link to that in the description box. So just sprinkle it, flip it over, make sure all sides, everything gets evenly coated with the salt and spices. I'm using legs, thighs, and wings today. Flip that over there. And then we are going to pour in buttermilk. That's going to help tenderize the chicken as it marinates. And because we like things a little spicy, we're going to pour some hot sauce in there. And all of this, the directions, the ingredients, the whole recipe will be in a link in the description box. Yum. Just mix that up. And then we'll park it in the fridge for a few hours. Come back and we will be ready to fry. It's just about time to get frying, so let's get some all-purpose flour into a zip top bag. This is a 2-gallon bag to give us more room to shake our chicken parts around. So we'll get our seasoning now and add that. This is my seasoned salt blend, and I'll put a link to that in the description as well. You want to make sure you season your flour and shake that up thoroughly to get the seasonings well distributed. I'm using White Lily all-purpose flour, which is like a soft wheat. It's great for making biscuits and cakes. Now let's get those chicken parts out of the buttermilk. Let the excess seasoned buttermilk drip off and get those chicken parts into that flour mixture. I'm doing about 5 chicken parts at a time. The bag is large, so it can hold a lot of pieces. Now here comes the fun part. It's time to shake it up. It's good to have a little music on while you're doing this. Just shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Ha! Get those chicken parts thoroughly coated with your seasoned flour. And then you're going to grab a sheet pan with a wire rack, shake off the excess flour, and lay those chicken parts out on the wire rack and leave them out for about 15-20 minutes, and that helps for the coating to adhere to the chicken. This is the same wire rack I use to make mashed potatoes. Yeah, that's right. I'll show you that trick in a link I'll put right up in the corner. Our chicken is almost ready to cook. See how the texture has changed? That flour has absorbed a bit. We're getting our oil in our cast iron skillet hot. I'm going to use an induction cooktop that will keep the heat at an even temperature. And it's got a deep fry setting, and that's at 356 degrees. And for our air fryer, our Ninja Foodi grill, we're going to use as an air fryer. We will set it to air fry and then set the temperature to 360 degrees for 20 minutes and press start. And the Ninja Foodi comes with a little guide sticker on there that shows you how long and what temperature to cook. Now we're going to spray the chicken parts that are going to go in the air fryer with a little bit of oil spray. And you really do want to coat it well because if you don't coat that flour with oil, then you will get a very floury taste to your fried chicken. So go ahead and spray those chicken parts pretty thoroughly. The ones that are going in the air crisp need to be well coated. The Ninja Foodi grill has finished preheating. It says add food. So that's what we're going to do. Put those chicken parts in there. Got a nice sizzle because that air crisp basket has gotten nice and hot. And I'm going to put 3 pieces in there. I probably could have fit one more, but I wanted to make sure to leave enough room for that hot air to circulate around all of the chicken parts. And we'll flip those over halfway through cooking. Now let's get back to our cast iron skillet, and I'm using a large cast iron skillet. I'll put a link to that in the description box as well. You can find them on Amazon. This is a 12-inch skillet. It actually measures 10.5 inches across the bottom and 12 inches across the top. Now we're going to put 4 pieces in the cast iron skillet. We have a little more space, but still you want that hot oil to be able to circulate around all of the chicken parts. If I had trimmed the excess skin from those chicken thighs, I could have fit another piece in, but I kind of like that extra crispy, extra skin on there, so I left it on. I'm a little late getting back to my chicken in the Ninja Foodi grill, but it looks like it is doing just fine. Let's flip them over. They've been cooking on one side for about 11 minutes. We'll flip them over and let them finish cooking on the other side. Now we'll flip our chicken that's been cooking in the cast iron skillet, that large cast iron skillet. And you can notice on that chicken thigh there's a bit of a dark spot, but then when you turn some of the other pieces, you'll notice that it is quite a bit lighter. And that's because sometimes cast iron, it does not cook as evenly, so you might want to move the pieces around in the skillet for even cooking. When you're cooking in those air fryers, make sure you spray any floury parts with a little oil spray because you'll get a floury taste if you don't. Let's take a look at some chicken thighs, one cooked in the cast iron skillet, our traditional frying method, and the other in the air fryer. Look at how the skin is nice and bubbled up on the cast iron skillet one, and the skin is much flatter on the chicken thigh that was cooked in the Ninja Foodi grill. You get a much different texture when you cook in cast iron, and I really do love that texture, so that right there is always a winner for me. Cast iron over air fried for that crispy, crunchy texture. Cast iron skillet fried chicken and air fryer fried chicken. So the final test is going to be the crunch test. That's what it all comes down to, which gives us the better crunch. The flavor is going to be about the same, I think, because we did the same process of marinating it in buttermilk and seasonings, shaking it in seasoned flour. Let's give the air fried chicken a bite first. That is crunchy. And it stayed, I'll let it cool off for a bit, which if you watch my videos, you know I don't usually do. But it's kept its crunch throughout the cooling process. Now let's crunch this part right here. Let's make sure we get a nice piece of skin. Real crunchy, maintains a crunch. I think There is a difference in the texture of the skin. You can see, well, that skin is kind of falling off. You can see how underneath it's a little bit flabby. Let me give you a close-up on that. This is our air-fried chicken. If you can see underneath the skin, it doesn't get really crispy. Like the oil doesn't get underneath there, doesn't bubble up through there, so the underneath the skin stays a little bit flabby there. Now, if we look at this chicken that was cooked in the cast iron skillet, you can see the difference. There's a little bit of that left, but not much. So there's a bit of a difference in the way that it cooks. When you get that oil bubbling up all through there, it gives you a better adhered crust. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to air fried versus cast iron skillet, you've got pros and cons for both. You use a lot more oil with the cast iron skillet, and it's quite a bit more cleanup because now we've got to dispose of this oil. With this, all we got to do is wash out this, and we're pretty much done. Wash out that air crisp basket. And I prefer that crunch and texture that you get with the cast iron skillet. But I gotta say, the air fryer comes pretty close. And I could see cooking my fried chicken like this in the air fryer like 90% of the time, and just treating myself once in a while to that cast iron skillet fried chicken. But the air fried chicken comes pretty darn close. I'm happy with it. Not all the times, but I think most of the time it's a good substitute. So let me know what you think. If you have tried air frying your fried chicken, how it compares to frying it in a cast iron skillet. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave me a comment below. Please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Give me that thumbs up, hit that notification bell. Oh, click on my face to subscribe.